Welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Tim Guercio. I own a channel where I help people or aspiring business owners to build a 7-figure Christmas light installation company. Yes, it's possible. Yes, it's already happening. And today, we are going to review how to hang Christmas lights on your roof line like a pro, because I am a pro and we are pros, and my company are pro Christmas light installers. Here we go.
Install C9 perimeter lighting around the outside edge of a residential home. C9 lighting is the cornerstone of many lighting
Just to
projects.
let you know,
in fact, it's the number
he
one
wrote a
type
great
of
book.
install professional Christmas installers do. They'll charge anywhere from $4 to $10 per foot, so it is a more expensive type of install. But
$4 to $10,
super easy to do. It does not require experience
a foot,
or any
yes,
specialized skills. We're going to show you that
that's
today.
possible,
If you haven't subscribed
but
to us
typically
on YouTube, please
we're
do
getting
so. If you like our video,
15
give
to
us a
20,
thumbs up to let YouTube
and I
know
think
that
that's the
you
industry
like it.
standard
Push
that
us up to the
a lot
top
of
the
people
list.
don't
All right, let's get started.
know about.
Two things to always remember when installing Christmas lights. First and foremost is safety. Make sure you got a good quality ladder, you know how to use it, and you're staying safe. A lot of injuries and fatalities.
Safety is very important.
In situations they shouldn't.
We don't ever
If you're
want any of
uncomfortable on
our
ladders,
workers to
find
be in
somebody
a
to help you out
dangerous
with that
situation or
experience,
get hurt.
Hire a professional installer. Number two,
Very,
always
very key.
buy truly professional grade Christmas lights and decorations. Don't buy your Christmas lights from the same.
Yes, so we used to buy Christmas decorations from Target and Walmart before, when we used to charge just for installation, and they would pay for their stuff. Horrible. Custom cut is the way to go. You can cut it to any length you want, and they're a lot brighter, and there's just so many more benefits, and retail lights are not reliable at all.
Same store you buy your toilet paper from. That's not where the pros buy. Buy from places such as us here at Christmas Designers. We supply several thousand pro installers per year, and we also sell to businesses and residential customers. If you don't want to buy from us, no problem, but find someone that does sell to the pro industry. All right, let's take a look at what materials we're going to be using today. The cornerstone of any perimeter lighting project is the light line itself. Today we're going to be using bulk light line. That comes in 100 foot, 250 foot, 500 foot, or 1,000 foot spools. What's great about bulk light line, you cut it to any length you want, put your male and female on, it gives you that truly customized look. Now, for spacing, it can come anywhere from 4-inch all the way up to 36-inch. For perimeter, we generally recommend somewhere between 9-inch and 15-inch. If the budget's tight, you can push it to 15-inch.
15-inch looks great. Sometimes a 12-inch is just like way too close together, and it ends up looking like a neon sign. So a lot of people in the industry use 12-inch, and that's great, but you definitely don't need 12 inches, and honestly, it's a little overkill for me. But this right here is called a spool. We call it a spool, and that's the wire, and that's clips, so he's doing it right.
If you have the budget, go all the way down to 9-inch, and it looks fantastic. For today, we're going to be right in the middle.
9-inch? No. This man's just trying to sell you, upsell you stuff.
Bulb. It is the top-selling bulb on the market. Two brands, if you either want to use Pro Christmas or Minleon.
C9 light bulbs, baby.
There's a lot of cheap, bad quality bulbs out there, so stick to Minleon or Pro Christmas. Now, the empty socket light line with C9 should not be confused with C9 stringer sets.
They do typically have the best product.
C9 stringer set, but it is not made for perimeter lighting.
But all of them do go out eventually.
Foliage lighting, such as in the canopy of trees, on hedges, you don't want to use it on perimeter. So use empty socket light line with C9 retrofit or C7 retrofit bulbs.
So those are smaller than the
C7s.
We barely ever use those.
What zip cord is great about, it allows you to customize your extension cord, so you have nice clean extensions, not too long, not too short. You cut it to length, add your males and females. We have
So that's a timer. So we put everything on timer, so you don't, once you plug it in, you don't ever have to mess with it again. Sometimes you do have to adjust it a little bit, and it gets weird sometimes around landscape lights. But you plug that in and you're ready to go. This thing is the true champion right there. This is like an extension cord, but you can cut it to any direction, and you can get power. You can put these male, female plugs in on anywhere on the line, and you'll have power. So it's really awesome.
Male vampires, female vampires. We're going to have our timer so that we can control when the lights come on and off, and an extension cord. Now, when it comes to clips, there are so many clips on the market, it can be a little overwhelming. A lot of suppliers carry a lot of different clips because everybody does have their favorite. What we're going to be showing you today is called a flex clip. What we like about the flex clip, the clip itself stays on the socket, the bulb locks it in place, so when you're pulling your lights down after the season, you're not having to worry about several clips hanging from the roof. You can leave the clips on the...
So flex clip is just a brand, but the type is called an enclosed clip. And they have like non-enclosed clips, and every time you like try to pull the lights down, the clip stays but the lights come. So this is good for so that like when you pull down the lights, the clip comes down with it as well, along with the light. So you don't have to go back up and try to bring anything down.
The lights, you're in storage, next year you pop them back out, all the clips are ready to go. So this is one of our favorite styles of clips. They're called circular clips. There's a number of them on the market, but today we will be using the flex clip. All right, now we're ready to bulb up our line. We're gonna take the clip, put it on the socket, take the bulb, and that will lock.
Perfect technique. 10 out of 10.
It's okay.
10 out of 10.
There is movement, and there is supposed to be movement to allow you more flexibility during install.
We can do it faster or
We're gonna
better,
do this
but
on each one of the sockets.
you know, you put it on a gimbal
All right,
or a
before installing the
spool.
lights, we're going to locate our power. For this application, the power is actually at the front entrance.
Power is number
between the
one.
arches that we're going to be gluing
Always
the
check your
lights
lights
onto.
before
So it's gonna work
you
perfect. We're
start
gonna go from that
installing.
outlet to the arches, and then from the arches
We
to
have
the rest of the
installed
house.
lights and
Single power
they didn't
source.
work, and we had to
Because
take it
we're
down
at
and
250
reinstall it.
feet or under, typical rule is that 250 feet or 200 bulbs, whichever comes first, is as much as you can put on a single line. We're under that, so we can come from a single plug. We're ready to attach the clips to the gutter. It's as simple as clipping it right onto the metal facing of the gutter. Work down from socket to socket.
It really is that simple with the enclosed clip.
You also don't want to leave too much slack or your spacing's going to get off. Make small adjustments as you work your way down.
So overall, Christmas lighting is fairly simple and easy. What gets complicated is when you have like complicated gutters, or when you have like hard to reach areas, or just like abnormal things. So
Too much slack, you can't hide it in the gutter as you make that transition. We're going to just work our way down the shingles.
So one philosophy or belief we have here at the Christmas team, or the Christmas Lighting Academy. Okay, so these are faced up, which is fine. But when you look at the sky, in an upward direction, it just like, it has no backdrop, and sometimes you can't even tell a light is there because it like blends in with the sky. So what we do is we like reverse it and we put it backwards. So the light would be facing downwards, and then it like really highlights the peak or the trim really well, and it looks really nice and it's really noticeable. So we like to do that. I suggest you do that too.
All right, now we are done with this section of lower roof line. It transitions into a higher roof line. You're going to run into this situation from time to time, and there's three ways that you can handle this. First, you can actually cut the cord and use a small zip cord going from the lower to the upper section. I'm not a big fan of that in a lot of situations because you're adding additional connections. Every time you add a male-female connection, you have one more possible failure point.
All right, see, this man, he knows what he's doing. Much respect to Jason. So there will be situations when you have to cut. So with these wires, you cut right in the middle so that if you put a male and female plug, or splice, as we call it, you can splice it in and it'll look, nice. But you would cut here, you would put one of those extension cords from here to here, and then you start again. But what he's saying is it's kind of difficult because whenever you do put in a new line or a new connection, that's like a place where things can go wrong. It could be faulty or whatever. So let's hear what his other suggestions are, which we probably do.
Option is to cap the sockets with a...
So capping the sockets, so sometimes we leave it here because it's like weatherproof. But no, it's definitely best to cap the sockets here, cap it, and then you don't have to cut anything. You cap 1, 2, 3, and then you're good. No cutting, no splicing, then you can just go right on.
A socket cap cover. We use that for years. It's not as clean of a look. You have empty sockets that are hanging with a cap on it. You also have a situation where moisture can get into that socket.
So yes, it doesn't look as clean, but most of the time, one, people are going to be seeing the display at night, so it's like you can't even tell that's there. And these displays look beautiful, by the way, any Christmas light display. But also too, you're like, no one's just looking around your house and judging you by the lights during the day. Also, there's a roof here, so it's got like a black background to look into, so people don't really tell. And in our 7 years in business, we have never been like, yes, you want to hide the wires as much as you can, but no one barely ever is like, hey Tim, these wires hanging from one gutter to another is kind of ugly. Yes, you shouldn't have loose wires, but if it's something simple like that and it's a normal customer, then they'll be fine.
And that can cause GFI issues, and it can't dry out because that cap is on there, but you still have weak holes in the bottom of the socket that allow moisture in. So the third option, which is what we prefer, is to use a mallet and tap the socket off, breaking it off. You're gonna have a couple of pinholes there, and you'll just wrap electrical tape around that to seal those two holes up.
That's like overkill. If you want to be safe, you can, like very super safe, you can, but you don't need to do all that. You can barely see it. So you can see he capped those, and then now he's going on.
Now in this area, we do have an outlet under the soffit that we could have used for this upper perimeter line, but I'd rather just use a single power source, the one near the front door. That way everything is going to be on the same timer. Everything turns on at the same time, turns off at the same time. When you use multiple outlets, your timing may be a little off, so part of your printer is on a minute or 2 minutes.
Yes, Jason.
Now, if it's a
Good
really big
job.
project, you have no choice.
Great
You use
teaching.
multiple outlets, but this one's small enough we can get away with just one outlet.
Great
Here we
instructions.
are on the last peak of the house. One thing that is important to do when you hit a peak is to try to get a bulb right at the center of that peak. It's going to give you a much more balanced look than having...
Key to success, put a ball right here. And then any extra line, you can hide it loose. So make it look symmetrical. That's the point.
the bulb on the peak offset. So sometimes you're going to have to add a little extra slack as you head up to the peak. But once you place that top one and you start going down the other side, if you place it correctly, then each side of the peak should line up as far as the bulbs and give you that nice refined look. All right, we're near the end of the run of gutter. We're going to put the final few bulbs on. And everything is done except for the entrance arch, and we'll move to that next. Okay, in this area, we're going to be using hot glue. Hot glue works fantastic on applications such as brick, stone, unpainted concrete.
So one important part he didn't address is you can see he cut the wire here. You don't necessarily need, just make sure it's not in the gutter or like touching metal, but you don't necessarily need to like wrap it or cap it. Just make sure it's not touching metal and it's not submerged in water, and just, you can leave it like that. Typically what we do is like we leave it hanging in front of the gutter, or we might even like wrap it around the light.
Next. Okay, in this area, we're going to be using hot glue. Hot glue works fantastic on applications such as brick.
Okay, so this part I do not advise. Hot glue with the temperature change during the morning and throughout the day and then at night, and then the different moistures anywhere. Like, you can put it on brick, but brick has a lot of small grains that come off or make like hot glue hard to stick. So us as a business, we never put we never do the archways or like around windows as much as we'd love to. It's just so much hassle, and we have to do so many service calls. You will end up having to do so many service calls, so just save yourself the trouble and do roof line, bushes, and trees. Okay? Just do it. I'm telling you, it's gonna save you so much headaches. But if you must have a headache to experience it, go ahead. But just know I warned you so.
Brick, stone, unpainted concrete. Where you don't want to use it is on painted surfaces that can pop the paint off, or on stucco. A lot of stucco is backed by a styrofoam material, so you'll actually melt that styrofoam, causing damage to the stucco. Today we're going to be using a battery-operated cordless glue gun, but if you don't have one of those, you can use a standard corded started glue gun. All right, let's get started gluing the sockets onto the arch. All right, to attach the bulb, we're going to take the hot glue gun, not touching the tip to the socket, but just having the glue applied to the base of the socket. Then we're going to hold it on until it dries, which is typically just a few seconds, depending on how hot or cold it is outside.
I wonder if he's going to show him, if he's going to show parts of them falling down or anything. Nope. It happens. I'm telling you, it is a pain in the butt.
Now all the lights are installed. We're ready to start working on getting power to all of the sections of the house. The power is closest to the arch, so we're going to feed power into the arch. It's going to go up, and then where it connects into the upper perimeter, we're going to put an inline female and a male connection, and then that's going to power the rest of the house. Again, you want to stay under 250 bulbs, not go over that limit. If you do go over that, you do need to find another plug to plug into. It can be the same outlet.
So I hear what he's saying about the 250 bulbs. And I think he's just telling you that because he wants you to be safe than sorry. But these are LED light bulbs. These are like the most energy efficient bulbs you can get on the market. And we, in our existence, have never had an issue. We have some very big shopping centers and big displays and casinos and municipalities here. And we've had 1,000-foot runs. And we haven't had an issue with that at all. So, Jason, I'm not fully sure why you're saying that. Would love your feedback.
But just not the same plug. Okay, we're going to start off with our male for our power source. We're going to separate the wires with our diagonal cutters. You're going to locate the wire with the ribbed side. The ribbed side always goes to the wider blade on the plug. So you'll need to look at the pin and the wide blade, see which one it is. Slide the wire down into the chamber. That separates the two wires out. Fold it down, and you take your back slider, and you're going to slide it into place. That penetrates the wire with the pins. If it's difficult to slide, you can use channel locks just to help you slide it in place. And now we have our male for power. Okay, now we're ready to get power from our arch to the rest of the house. This is where we're going to use an inline female. There's two types of females that you can use. One is the end of the run female. It basically terminates a run. Inline female can be put anywhere in line, and then a male can go into that, powering up other sections of your lighting. So in this case, we're using an inline female. We're going to make sure that we align the rib side of the cord with the wider blade on the female. I'm going to put it in place. We're going to take our back slider.
So you can put these plugs anywhere, the inline plugs you can put anywhere on the line. So it's just one big continuous conductor. And then now he's plugging the male in and plugging the male and female in together.
And power to the rest of our house. Now that we've got power ready to go through the lines, we're going to add our males and females where they're needed. Sometimes you have to trace your lines down to see exactly if it's a male or female. On a complex job, it can get a little confusing, but if you follow your lines and you can verify which side is the male, which side is the female. In this case, we're at the end of the run, so we're going to put a...
Okay, so this man just did a whole bunch of work, if we're going according to this video. So he put up the ladder to put up the lights here, left the plug unplugged, or left the plug open, or just left the plug naked, the wire naked, which is fine. Took down the ladder, did all that stuff with the arch, and now he's setting up the ladder again, going up the ladder, and then putting the thing. Like, I would have just put the female end line right here the first time, so I don't know why he did that.
Female in.
I guess he just likes to do extra work. Good for you, Jason.
Okay, we're ready to get power from the outlet. The outlet is very close to our beginning run on the arch. So all we're going to do is, we've got our timer, it's going to go into the outlet, and we're going to use zip cord to run from the timer to the beginning of our arch. We're going to put a male
So there's two types of timers: photocell, which detects light, and then timers like that, which basically turn on, during the day. And when it looks great, Jason,
That wraps it up for today.
ours would be better. We'd add color, we'd add some bushes and everything like that, but I'm sure you would too. We're just talking about Roofline like a pro.
As you can see, it's an easy installation. You can make it look professional even the first time you do this type of lighting just by following the steps we outlined in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. And don't forget to check us out at christmasdesigners.com. Until next time, keep on lighting.
Keep on lighting, folks. He said it best. Alright, so on a scale of 1 to 10, in terms of difficulty, this is like 10 being super. This is like a 4. Like, my people would come in here and get it done within like 30 minutes. See, like, that's just way too many lights for me. But anyways, it's not about me. There you have it, folks. A real Christmas light pro reacting to someone teaching you how to install Christmas lights. Overall, he did a good job. I wouldn't have put lights on the archway. Yes, it looks great, but it's definitely going to fall down. And I know he knows that. Overall, 8 out of 10 video. Great job. Where are the bushes, Where's the color? We like some color in there too. Make it festive. Make it interesting. But overall, good job. This is Tim. Remember, I train people how to install Christmas lights, but not only that, how to have a 7-figure Christmas light installation company. We do reaction videos all the time. So, stay tuned. Like, subscribe, follow. If this is if this is of interest to you, if this is helpful, this is a very simple, low overhead way of making $30,000 to $50,000 every Christmas season. Could you fathom? And that's just the beginning. If you want to take it to a whole another level, you can. So, like, comment, subscribe, comment anything you might be interested in. Subscribe if this interests you. We have way more videos coming, way more teachings, way more reviews. I want you to be successful in life, financially, personally, professionally, whatever it may be. Christmas lights is definitely one of the ways to do it. So have a great day.